Hello guys, welcome to part 2 of this machine gun modeling tutorial. Alright, so if you have not seen the part 1, I advise you go and check it out. I'm going to drop the link on the description so that you can check it out. Alright, without further ado, let's just go into it. So I will select this one here, press 1 to go to the front view, and then tap to go to edit mode. Alright, so there's a little thing I want us to do here. Let's modify this. So let's press to okay, we are already in edit mode. So O shift and alt, select this H here and then shift D to duplicate like so, and then let's move it towards the X axis like so. All right, then let's turn on the wireframe. You can do that by pressing Z and 4, or you come over here to turn on the wireframe. And now let's look at it from the side view. All right, so now let's scale it like so, scale it this way. So you scale it. All right, so now let's move it towards this direction. Keep it somewhere here. All right, so let's see what you have done. So Control 3 to look at it. All right, let's be sure that we are not messing things up here. Okay, so we scale it a bit like so. All right, so now we want to extrude this. I think we need to scale it inward a bit. Let's scale it inward. Something like this is fine. So now press E and X to move it out like so. All right, so now the next thing we are going to do, let me turn off the wireframe. We are going to extrude. So press E to extrude, right click to undo it, and then S to scale. So you press S to scale. Sorry, let's keep this at cursor to selected. G, Shift Z and 2 to keep it at cursor to selected. Let's keep this at this. All right, so now let's scale this like so. Let's look at what we are doing from the side view. So scaling it like this. Now the next thing we are going to do, we are going to extrude. Turn on the wireframe. So press E and X to extrude inward like so. All right, extrude inward. Then the next thing we are going to do is to press E and S to scale like so. There's something like this is fine. All right, so now let's tap to object mode, and then we made a mistake here. We're supposed to separate this, but notwithstanding, let's just keep it at so. So select this, hold shift, let's select the edges. Before then, let's be in the first selection mode. Select this face here, select this face, and then GX to move it out a bit like so. let's see what we have. All right, like so. So, all right. So the next thing we are going to do, let's bevel this. Control B to bevel this, like so. Then we are going to select, be in the edge selection mode, select this edge inside, or Shift and Alt, select the edge inside, select this edge here outside, and then select this one here. So now that the edges are selected, Control B to bevel, like so. All right, so now we have something like this. All right, initially I wanted us to separate this, but I think I'm cool with the way it turned out to be. So let it be like this. So now let's press the tab key to be in the object mode. So now guys, so we have something like this. All right, so the next thing we are going to do, press 1 on the numpad key to be in the face or the front view, sorry. Then press tab to go back to edit mode, and then 2 to be in the edge selection mode, or you come over here to click to be in the edge selection mode. So now we are going to select this edge here, or Shift and Alt, select this edge here, and Shift D to separate or duplicate, then move it out. I think let's break this out. So press P to separate by selection, and tap to object mode, and then select this one here and tap back to edit mode. Press A to select everything, and then you are going to move it straight towards this side. So move it GX to move it towards this side, like so. All right, so now we want to create this part here. So now, as it is here right now, you are going to press E and X to extrude. You extrude it to this point here, as you can see. Then the next thing you do, you press E and S to scale, like so. All right, look at it again, and let's be in the vertex selection mode to see what we have here. All right, so now E and X to extrude, like so. Then E and S to scale it down, like so. Then scale it again down. All right, now E and X to extrude again to somewhere here. Then more extrusion needed. E and S to extrude outwards a bit. Then again, E and X to extrude out, like so. Then E and X, sorry, let's undo that. So E and S to extrude inward. All right. Then E and X to extrude, like so. All right, so let's see what we have here. We have something like this. All right, so now, excuse me, we are going to break this out. So add a loop cut here, Control R, bring in a loop cut here, like so. Control R again, bring in another loop cut here. All right, so press 3 to be in the face selection mode. Select this face, hold Control and select this face here. So now that we have these faces selected, press I to insert, like so, and then X to delete faces. All right, so we have something like this. I think, and let's bevel this. So let's be in the edge selection mode. Either you come here and check this, or you just press 2 on your keyboard to swap to the edge selection mode. So hold Shift and Alt, select this, select this, select this, select this, select all the edges here. So let's just select all the edges here. Select this and this. All right, so let's give it a bevel. Control B to bevel, like so, like so. All right, so the next thing we will do now is to let's tap to object mode and add a subdivision modifier. All right, we can do that by either pressing Ctrl 2 to add 2 levels, or you can come to this modifiers property panel and put it. Okay, let me show you that. So let's take this off. So you just come to this and click on add modifier generated, and then subdivision modifier, increase the level to 2. All right, so now let's smooth this. All right, so tap back to edit mode, and then let's add some loop cuts here. So you add a loop cut here, like so, and add another loop cut here, like so. All right, now that you are done with this, I think let's be in the edge selection mode. All Shift and Alt, select this one here, and then E to extrude and S to scale inward, like so. Scale it in, like so. All right, so now select these outer edges here, Control B to bevel, like so. All right, the next thing we are going to do here is I want to add some thickness to this. So let's isolate it and see what is going on here. All right, so now let's add a solidified modifier. So let's click on this solidified modifier and see what we are going to have. All right, so now let's move this up. All right, so solidified modifier works perfectly. All right, so now let's add a loop cut here. I don't think we need the loop cut any longer. No need for the loop cuts any longer. All right, so solidify modifier works better here. So all right, guys, so we are going to delete. Let's be in the first selection mode, and if we apply, let's apply this solidified modifier. Go to tap to object mode and then apply the solidify modifier. Then tap back to edit mode, and then let's select these faces here. We do not need them, and delete them. To all Alt, select these faces here and X to delete faces. All right. So then I think we can now add loop cuts here. All right. So let's say Control B, move it like so. All right. All right, guys. So I think this is what we want. All right, this is what we want. This is fantastic. So let's snap back and see what we have here. All right, this is fine. So the next thing we are going to do now is let's select this one, tap to edit mode, And then we want to get a circle from here. Let me see which of the circle we can get. I think let's add a loop cut here and bevel it a bit like so. Now let's pick this circle here. So all shift and alt, select this circle here and shift D to duplicate like so, and then press P and separate by selection. Alright, so tap to object mode and select this one here. Let's see what we have. Turn on the wireframe. Alright, press A to select. Sorry. Let's pick what we separated. So here is it. Select it and tap to edit mode. Press A to select everything and then turn on the wireframe and now move it back to this place here. Alright, so now let's scale it in like so. Scale it in like so. So now we are going to extrude this. Let's scale it out a bit and then let's extrude it inward like so. I think let's undo this, scale it a bit down like so, then EX to extrude it. Alright, so this is what we have. This is what we have right here. Then we are going to add a solidified modifier to this. So we are going to click here and solidify modifier. So we need to apply the subdivision modifier. Apply this, or we do not need subdivision modifier here. We do not need it. We are going to auto shade smooth this, so we do not need subdivision modifier here. So let's apply this. Tap back to edit mode and see what we have here. Now select this and this. Ctrl B to bevel. Alright. So we are going to select this, be in the first selection mode, O Alt and select this first, then X to delete faces. You do not want to add face. Then the next thing we are going to do here is let's move this. Select this all, be in the H selection mode and select this H here. All Shift and Alt select it, then E and S to scale it like so. Scale it like so. Then extrude this like so inside. Alright, inside like so. Let's move it. Make sure it touches this side here. Alright, so now let's bevel this. Let's Shift and Alt select this edge here and Ctrl B to bevel. Alright, so this is what we have here. Alright guys, so now the next thing we are going to do before any other thing, let's select this here, Shift D to duplicate and move it to this side here. Keep it here and then move it down All right, so guys, this is what we have here. All right. In our next video, when we come back to the part 3 of this video, we are going to model this other side here. We're going to model this other side and then add some more details to this. So guys, let's call it a day for now. See you in the next video. That is the part 3 of this machine gun modeling tutorial. All right. Do have a nice time. Until next one. Bye.